Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Cathy. Today I'm going to talk with Alice about the love. Love is always going to be...
It is always a big topic.
Big topic.
Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's trying actually to find the right person who they are going to spend the rest of their lives with.
Yes. So, as a medium, as a love coach, what do you think about the issue people have for love, especially for female nowadays?
So actually, I think the first problem that we are all facing when it comes to finding love is that we're trying to walk into a relationship without even trying to know ourselves before.
Exactly.
A lot of my clients, when they come to me and ask me, like, how can I find love? I tell them, okay, you know what? Let's do something first. Let's assess. How are you feeling in your life? Sometimes I do use the wheel of life so that people could see the level of their happiness, just being by themselves. So I think the first mistake that everybody, even myself, I made in my past relationships is that I do walk into a relationship with all my traumas, with all my problems, but I never actually try to look at myself in the mirror and be like, okay, what's going on with me? Am I happy by being myself? Am I ready to get married with myself?
First, before you marry to someone
before
else.
I get engaged with somebody else.
Okay. So you think the issue, I feel like, with the trauma we have, so we always want to find someone to save us.
Exactly.
Instead of like giving or find love partner, we want to find some prince to save our horrible life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's even me.
Exactly.
I have that issue.
Yeah, you do?
Yes.
So could you tell me a little bit more when you're thinking about finding a life, is it okay if we do like a life coaching live?
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
So
could you tell me maybe when you're thinking about finding the right person, what do you think exactly?
Now it's better, but especially when I was young,
I
always think about like the fairy tale story. The prince ride a horse come to save my life, because I feel like, oh my God, I'm not happy now. I want someone come to my life, make me feel happy.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. So if your future self, who is probably much more mature, emotionally intelligent, and she knows exactly who she is, what is she going to tell yourself when you're thinking about finding the right partner?
I feel like I'm going to tell her my little me.
No, she is going to tell you.
In the future.
The future you, let's say the Cathy in 2 years is going to talk to you and ask you like something and going to say, what do you expect from love now?
Okay. Don't expect nothing. that's I feel like
beautiful. Beautiful.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Don't expect nothing.
You just raised a very important topic in here, is that we go into relationships having so many expectations.
Yes.
And our expectations are usually linked to our trauma.
Yes.
Which means growing up, probably we have developed a certain attachment style with our parents.
Exactly.
Maybe, for example, me, I used to suffer from anxious attachment style because my dad was a narcissist and he was never present. And he would just like give me promises. I'm going to give you a practical example so that you understand what I mean. He would just give me promises and be like, oh, we're going to go on holidays. I will take you there and stuff. And me, I was just expecting him actually to fulfill his promise. But something that happened is that he would never fulfill that promise.
Never take you go.
Never take us anywhere. So growing up, I've developed an anxious attachment style, which means in my relationship, so an attachment style basically, first of all, is simply a defense mechanism that your brain develops, which is basically I don't know, have you ever heard of the reticular activating system?
No.
So the reticular activating system is actually a kind of a database. So it's in the brain stream, and it's actually where you store all the information that you receive. So whenever somebody promises you to do something, the information goes in there, and your reticular activating system is going to decide whether this information is going to be ignored or received.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've heard of this as well. We're processing around 11 million bits of information per second. This is what the subconscious mind is processing, which means like whenever you put a fan on, okay, let's say we have a fan right now, your brain is going to filter whether you hear the sound of the fan or not. Whereas when you're in a crowd and somebody just calls Cathy, your brain is going to, oh, Cathy.
Yeah.
Here am I.
You recognize.
So this is your reticular activating system that has actually filtered which information it lets in and which information it lets out. So the more you give maybe the same dose of information to your brain and subconscious mind, we end up developing a system, attachment style.
Okay.
And this attachment style, we've got pretty, well, I'm not going to go into the details because this is not the topic, but it's a very important thing to discuss. We've got ambivalent attachment style.
Okay.
Anxious, so the ambivalent is actually, it could be a mix of anxious and avoidant. You could be anxious, which means, I'm going to give you a practical example. I was dating a guy, and the guy would promise on doing something, and he wouldn't fulfill like the promise. So in my brain, I'll be really on alert. I'll be like, well, you could choose the response you could give. It's whether you're in fight or flight mode. And for me, I would be like in fight mode, and like I'll just be like fighting against my feelings. I'll be like, something went wrong. What went wrong? Why did he fulfill his promise? Or, you know, a lot of anxious people are going to send a text. And if they don't receive a response, I used to have this a lot as well. I would delete my messages. I would just let my attachment style take over.
Okay.
Which was, to be honest, pretty like a sufferance for me.
Yes.
Because it's as if I'm going against my nature. It's as if like I'm trying to, like it's torturing myself from the inside. And then you've got another one, which is the secure attachment style.
Secure, okay.
Secure. So the thing about the relationships is that secure people get together with secure people. Avoidance get with anxious. Anxious get with avoidance. And whenever, for example, somebody anxious or somebody avoidant meets somebody who is secure, what's going to happen is going to be like, oh, there is a problem in here. We're not fighting as much. He is so perfect to be true. This is so great to be true. So eventually we end up like finding ourselves in that state where we're like, something is wrong. So this is about the theory of attachment style. But if you want to go into details, you could totally like go into details about the different attachment styles. There is the book called Attached, which is highly recommended, or you can go also watch some episodes where you could find this in the Diary of the CEO, and even in my own podcast, which is Posy Vibe Tribe, you could totally find a couple of episodes, some in French and some in English. So yeah, basically this is what happens when you enter into a relationship. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're struggling with. And you're going in with so much expectations and thinking that this person is going to fulfill all the void that you have.
Save you from the trauma, save you from the trouble, whatever you have. It's like you have so much expectations.
Exactly.
And then in the end, reality,
it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But something I would give as an advice is, when you walk into a relationship, instead of asking yourself, what could this person bring me? Why don't you ask yourself, what could I bring into that relationship? Like now I'm thinking even about my friendships. When I'm friends with someone, I'm thinking like, what am I bringing to my friends? You know?
It's like what you can give in first.
Exactly.
But I feel the issue is if the person, they fulfill themselves, they can giving everything to others, they don't have that eager to find a relationship, to find someone to save them. They feel like they're okay be themselves, even don't have a relationship. I feel those girls really eager to want to have boyfriend is the person not able to fulfill themselves, so they're looking for something else.
Exactly.
Outside.
So if I understand well, what you're saying is that somebody who didn't work on themselves is trying to find somebody to fulfill them. This is totally normal. It's like you're just avoiding your emotional state, and you're going into something so that you avoid and you forget what you're going through.
Exactly.
This is totally like, this is the majority of my clients, this is what they are dealing with. They're like, I want to find love. But I'm like asking them, do you even love yourself? And the answer I get usually is, well, honestly, I don't know. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the first step
is to love yourself.
It's to love yourself. But before loving yourself, I'm going to talk about a little bit emotional intelligence. I don't know if you've heard of this.
No.
So, emotional intelligence is actually a way for us to manage our emotions, understand our emotions, and also understand the emotions of society. Okay. So, in emotional intelligence, there's a book that I'm actually rereading again because, like, this book is just sparking my curiosity every time I'm reading it. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the best tools that we use in life coaching. It's so important. It's like neuro-linguistic programming. Mm-hmm. There is emotional intelligence, is that as well. So, actually, emotional intelligence says that in order for you to deal with a problem, this is also a framework that I have in my coaching, you have to build self-awareness. Mm. So if you're not aware, like let's say you're trying to find love, and you keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again, walking into a relationship with the same problems, with expecting the other person to bring happiness into your life, then you're repeating the same framework. And this is in your linguistic programming, something you've been programmed to do. Mm-hmm. And you're never gonna actually deconstruct this belief and rebuild a new one. Mm-hmm. So in emotional intelligence, what we are asking people to do, or what emotional intelligence is asking us to do, it's actually to be aware. Start by being aware of your emotions. Start by being aware of the problem. You see, when you go to see a doctor, what does the doctor do before he prescribes something to you?
Ask you
questions. Yes. Very good. And then, like, according to what you answer, and then they like try to do some guessing, diagnose, and test. You just said it. So the diagnose is actually the self-awareness. The self-awareness starts with actually you diagnose yourself. Yeah. And eventually everybody needs a life coach. Even me, a life coach, I need a coach. Yeah. Everybody needs a life coach.
I totally agree.
Because like you could assess and understand where are you at. Mm-hmm. You see? Yeah. And after understanding what is the core problem. So if you're trying to find love right now, the first thing I'd recommend is self-awareness. Understand where are you now? Let me ask you a couple of questions. Where are you now? What are your struggles? Mm-hmm. What do you want to change in yourself? How do you feel when you walk home and you're all alone? So, and what do you expect out of love?
A lot of people are not even able to answer those questions clearly.
Because it's uncomfortable. Yeah. You know, as Mel Robbins says, your brain is wired to keep you to protect you from anything that is scary or uncomfortable. Yeah. Which means when you're trying to understand your emotional state, this is so scary because we grew up not doing this work. We grew up with parents who would tell us, you shut up when you're crying. Mm-hmm. But have you ever heard a parent explain to their kids why this is not the right moment to cry?
Yeah, never.
Or
my parents.
You see? Yeah. Or even just ask your kid, what do you feel? Yeah. Why are you crying? Mm-hmm. Like, you build up the habit of explaining what you feel, of putting words on what you feel. Mm-hmm. And once actually you get into the self-awareness, you learn to self-regulate. Okay. So let's say, how do you deal with your emotions? Like, let's say, for example, a breakup. How would you deal with a breakup?
Cry. Or lock myself inside the room.
Okay.
Feel depressing.
Okay. Amazing. But do you ever, like, just try to brainstorm about what happened and be like, okay, what went wrong? Why? What did I do? Maybe did I act different? Maybe this is incompatible.
I would think about it. It's like, what's wrong? What I did? Yeah, I would think about like the certain details, what exactly happens, and I try to analyze bit also.
Perfect. Yeah. Amazing. So this is actually like, when you're doing this is an amazing exercise that everybody should do. After a breakup, I see girls 8 months later, they're not over the guy. And I'm like, oh. I mean, I'm not judging. I am just like I have empathy for them, because I know that there are emotional tools like breathing techniques, art therapy.
Yes.
Investing time in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, instead of focusing on the problem, you could focus on the solution. Like me, I would say exactly how I deal with breakup.
Okay.
I would take time to reflect and say, what was not aligned between the guy and I? Perfect. Then once that question answered, I have my logical, rational brain taken over. So emotions at that moment are going to be like, oh, you're right. I mean, if, for example, I love dancing. You probably saw on my IG, I keep dancing a lot. And this is for me a therapy.
Yeah.
So if a guy now doesn't like to dance, this is a huge problem for me. Because I want to dance with my boyfriend. This is not an expectation that I have, but this is a standard.
Okay.
Expectations are different from standards. So I'm like, I do think something, well, I was talking about like how to deal with a breakup. Then I would write down my feelings. Oh, yeah. I would reconnect with myself and reconnect with my body, and where do I feel the ache? Do I feel it in my stomach? Is it in my neck? Is it in my shoulders? Because you know your body, your muscles have memory.
Yes.
This is just science, neuroscience. Muscles have memory. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but if you've been beaten up at a very young age, your muscles keep that memory. And sometimes it just would feel like an ache in the heart or in the stomach or whatever.
Yeah.
So instead of, like, I'm not against crying, because I, to be honest, I don't cry that much now. I used to cry before because I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. And crying is the only way we learn as kids.
Really, yeah.
You see, you just said it. Like, when we're kids, when you cry, is anyone tell me, like, why am I crying? Like, why am I, like, what am I feeling right now? So it's learning to coach yourself slowly but surely. Like, you build up the habit, but you keep showing up as well, because the hardest habit, according to Atomic Habit, is the art of showing up.
Okay. Show, like, consistency.
The art of showing up. You could show up for yourself first and have that self-respect, because if a friend is not feeling okay, you're gonna go and see them and listen to them and ask them questions. What do you feel? Why did you break up with that? Why don't you do this with yourself? Like, why don't we build up this habit?
Exactly, because we always do with other people. We are so logic when we deal other people's problem, with friends' problem, but it happens to us. It's like all the emotions.
Exactly.
Yeah, forgot logic.
And it's so important eventually to do this exercise and really connect with our emotions, instead of just avoiding them and like run into doing multiple stuff. And so I do think that one of the biggest parts we have to do as human beings first, before thinking about getting ourselves with someone, is develop our emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Understand our emotions.
Okay.
Understand who we are and build ourselves.
First.
If
the girl says, I don't have the patience, because build yourself need time. It's like, I just need someone to comfort me now. But some guys too.
I mean, this is instant gratification. So the price you pay now is just like, you're going to keep losing yourself. You're going to keep repeating the same mistake.
Same bad circle.
But like, long-term gratification is actually the price you're going to earn. Like, you see, the cost you're paying now, because you're not working on yourself.
Okay.
It's like when people come to me and ask me like for my coachings, and they're like, oh, this is so expensive. I'm like, look, if you want to keep paying the same price over and over and over again with your time, does your time have a price? No. Does your getting to know yourself and your transformation have a price? No. Then actually, it's whether you pay the price for my coaching now, or whether you're going to pay the price down the line, living the same problem over and over again. So it's exactly the same thing. It's whether you choose to change yourself. It's whether you choose actually to build yourself and like become that irresistible version of yourself. Yeah. To a point where you're like, you know from far away if you're aligned with a guy or not. a guy knows from far away if he's aligned with a girl or not. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Once you build that strong self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, self-image, and you understand exactly who you are, I promise you, you're going to become so irresistible that you could have everybody that you want.
Like magnetic. You have
So
that
magnetic.
Yeah.
Exactly. You become so magnetic.
I totally agree with that. It's like me. I feel like in my old journey, similar situation I told you as before, I like to chasing people. I feel like I'm not enough. I need someone to come to my life to fulfill me, to save me. But after I stopped all doing that and I start work on myself, I feel like I don't really need nobody to save myself. I need to save myself first. And then I'm able to find the right person. And now I don't even need to chase nobody, but people like come to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. As simple as that. There is also a matter of frequency.
Definitely.
So when you raise your frequency, your standards
higher, ultimately.
And you attract different types of people.
Definitely.
People who aren't in the same frequency as you. But like, if you're not, this is what I tell a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're telling me, I want to attract this type of man who is this and that and that. And I'm like, honey, are you even at that frequency now? Or are you expecting the men to get into your life and then higher your frequency?
That's probably the expected.
This is expectations once again. But actually, it doesn't work this way. Because once you higher your frequency, you're attracting exactly who you are.
Definitely.
As simple as that. I'm going to say this again. You attract exactly who you are.
Like a mirror, right?
It's a mirror. So this is why probably if our listeners now are wondering, why do I keep attracting the same type of guys?
I actually ask those questions before always to myself. Like, why I always attracting those mean, stingy, poor guys?
I don't attract those guys, fortunately for me. Probably I used to, but now I don't.
Because you raised your frequency.
Exactly. It's like, I hired my frequency, I hired my standards, I know who I am, I know who I am not, I know what I don't want anymore. And from far away, I get to know, I can have like a quick conversation with somebody and I can already know if, for example, this person is in a scarcity mindset. I am not in a scarcity mindset and I don't want to be with a man. This is standards. Once again, it's not expectations.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with a man who's not going to bring something more into my life and I'm not going to bring something more into his life.
Exactly.
And who's going to be all the time telling me, I don't know how to pay the bills. I don't know. Like, I am sorry. This is not my vibe. This is not my frequency. And if people, a lot of people are going to have different opinions, which is totally normal. This is bias. In coaching, actually, there is something that we work a lot on as coaches, is that we need to understand that our clients don't have the same philosophy about life as ourselves. So this is my approach. This is my philosophy to me, mine. But a lot of my clients are going to be like, I don't care if the guy is talking about scarcity mindset. Is talking about not being able to pay the bills, not being able to do that. This is their own life philosophy. For example, for me, I love men who are in masculine energy. You see, if a guy, I love it, when he's also a little bit in his feminine energy, obviously, on some stuff, let's say. But I'm not gonna, I'm an alpha. I'm
alpha girl. Yeah.
I'm an alpha girl. I do need a man who knows how to be charismatic, who knows how to be assertive, who knows how to communicate. This is what I want. I don't need it because I'm already that. I don't need him to put me higher, if you see what I mean.
You just need someone to match you.
To match my energy. If he's higher than my energy, that's fine as well. Because each one, for me, each one, teach one. And in a relationship, we're also supposed to put each other up, But if I see there are so many incompatible things, why push it?
Exactly. Yeah.
But once again, it's just the way I see it. It doesn't have to match everybody who's listening.
So do you think, Some girls says, okay, talk about the frequency, how I can raise up my frequency. Yeah, they have the issue to raise up their frequency.
So I think frequency, well, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that, because this is a topic I love. So we all know that the universe is made out of energies.
Yes.
Made up of energies.
Yeah.
Everything that we touch, whether it's this phone, whether it's microphone, everything is energy. And this is metaphysics. It's not even me talking about this. And if somebody has read The Law of Attraction by Rhonda Byrne, you'll understand that the law of attraction is all about the way you vibe.
Yeah.
Actually, frequency, it's a training. It's like working out. You go to the gym to stay fit, happy, beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
And your frequency is exactly the same thing. If you keep consuming the same shitty things, if you keep watching the same shitty shows which are intoxicating your brain, if you keep hanging out around people who have a very negative language, if you keep hanging out with people who have a lower frequency than you, or just like very low frequency, obviously your frequency is going to stay the same or even crumble.
Okay.
But actually, frequency is all a matter of changing also your life, changing your habits from inside out.
Okay.
So how do you change that? Something I used to do with one of my clients, she's called Susie.
Okay.
And she's from the Philippines. Yeah. And actually, when I started working with her, she said, like, she was talking to me and I started observing the language she was using. And I was like, Susie, you know what? We're going to use NLP now. Like, we need a little bit of NLP. Neuro-linguistic programming, for those who don't know what this is. And this is just a tool, actually, to reprogram your subconscious mind. Yeah. So your frequency is related to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind can receive everything that you tell him to receive. He doesn't filter.
Okay.
So no filters at all. The conscious mind actually can filter what you let into your subconscious mind. Yeah. Which means, with Susie, what happened is she kept repeating a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of negative vocabulary, negative words towards herself, the self-image and stuff. And actually, the moment we started the coaching together, Susie started shifting her limiting beliefs. She started challenging her limiting beliefs and be like, is that true? No. Then actually, it's changing everything around you. It's not just like a matter of going to the gym. Yeah, you want to go to the gym? Great, go hit the gym. You want to work on yourself? Work on yourself. But also you have to understand which vibe you're in. You know, we have different stages of vibes. It's like when you're falling asleep, you know. It starts with you understanding what feelings you have in your body. Okay. Then you have to establish a very good connection with your body. This is an important step. Once you got that connection with you, yourself, you could feel like, and we women actually have to know something that is very important that I recently discovered, because I was asking myself a lot of questions, like, why do I feel this way at some periods of my cycle? Yeah. So we women actually have some factors that we cannot control, hormones. Our hormones, we have some phases in our cycle that could be more productive than others. Yeah. So you really need to be careful and watch and see those signs. You see? And it's a training to turn when you wake up in the morning feeling bad. A lot of people are just going, I meet a lot of those at work and they're going, how are you feeling today? Oh, I'm not okay. The next day, oh, I'm not okay. And you know, you could also feel the energy and you're like, oh, okay, you're not okay. Oh, you're not okay. And it's the same sentence over and over and over again.
Tell yourself.
Exactly. And for me, what I do when I'm not feeling okay, I wake up in the morning, affirmations work. I am sorry, affirmations fucking work. Because like, you're just connecting to your alter ego. Yeah. You kind of create an alter ego. And this alter ego has to be the version of yourself that you want to be. Okay. You have to kind of incarnate that into yourself every single day. Instead of saying, oh, this is going to be a shitty day. Why don't you say, this is going to be an amazing day. Something great is going to happen to me today. And you need, usually in order for you to really stick into habit 30 days to 60 days. You need to be consistent and to keep showing up. So in this study that they did, James, oh my God, I always forget. James Clear, I guess, or the writer of Atomic Habits. James something, anyways. So actually he was talking about this experience. I'm gonna find it because I really want you guys to keep this in mind. So he was talking about okay, let me just find it and then we so his
you can just type the book name and
James Clear.
I said it right.
I said it right. Okay. Yeah. So James Clear said in the book Atomic Habits, he said that there was this guy who wanted actually to work out, but he found it hard to go to the gym. Yeah. So what he did for like 30 days I think it was 30 days, he kept going to the gym. Like he would wake up, drive to the gym, do 5 push-ups, go back home.
Okay, only 5 push-ups, no more.
Nothing more. Okay. 5 minutes at the gym, he goes back home. You know what this guy was doing? He was showing up as the version of himself that he wanted to become. He was just practicing the art of showing up over and over and over again.
Okay. That's more important than how much you did in the gym.
Exactly. This is much more important. And this guy is going to build up the habit of showing up to the gym until the moment where it just becomes a habit, as brushing your teeth. It's all a matter of, I mean, we cannot separate anything from the other. You have to show up as the version that you want to become. You have to create an alter ego. You have to change your language.
Negative language, not the negative language, talking to yourself.
You should never, it's fine to listen to that voice that is trying to tear you down and trying to kill your goals and systems or whatever you're trying to become. But it's also good to trick your brain, because your brain is always trying to trick you. Your brain wants you to stay exactly as you are. This is the function of the brain. Our brains are made up for survival.
Yeah, survival mode always.
And this is simply what we're trying to maintain every day. You have to eat, you have to drink water. Whenever you don't have water, you're gonna be, I need water. You see, so this is the function of the brain. So you have to play with your brain. This is a game I love always playing. When my brain's like, oh, why don't we watch a Netflix movie? I'm like, oh, why don't we edit a video first or film a video first and then we're going to watch that movie?
I have some issue. Some days I know I should to film videos, to edit video, but in my mind just like, I don't want to move. I don't want to do nothing.
And what if at that moment you activate your alter ego, the other version of yourself, the version that you want to become?
Then I would start take action.
Exactly. And how would you take action?
Start to, if I think about the version I want to become, and then my mind automatically think, okay, then I should to film the video, should to edit video, then instead of just watch Netflix.
And also, this is very interesting what you're just saying. Try to make your habits interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I don't know, let's say you're about to edit a video, instead of just editing the video, be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to put some background music, or I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate because I love a hot chocolate, and then I'm going to edit the video. You are actually, whenever you're trying to build up a habit or to show up, you have to make it fun. For me, music. Music is my anchor. It's an activator for me. Easy. Whenever I want to move, I would just whenever I'm procrastinating or something, I would just put music on and I'll start doing.
Okay. You start that mood.
The mood. Yeah. And actually, why don't you trick your brain? This is something also, this is what I was saying about the guy who went to the gym for 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to edit for 5 minutes. And once you start, you're not going to want to stop. Because the hardest part is starting
point. Yes.
That's it. And also, I can give you another tip from the Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
Her book, The 5-Second Rule. So actually, what Mel Robbins does, she says, whenever you hear the snooze button, don't push it. Just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
And you know what happens when you're counting? You're actually engaging all your all your senses.
Okay.
And you're stopping the thinking pattern. And what happens is when you get to 1, your prefrontal cortex gets activated and you move into the action.
Okay, so only 5 seconds.
Exactly. Only like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3. You want like to get out of your bed?
Okay.
Count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You want to edit that video? Instead of like spending time overthinking and being like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I go there? Should I not go? Why don't you just be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go? Because you don't give time to your brain to trick you. You're tricking your brain.
Your brain, yeah.
And these are simple hacks, unfortunately, that we don't learn. We don't even like try to learn.
Yeah. We always like, I would say we give ourselves too many times or excuse to say, I'm thinking, but you actually just need 5 seconds. You don't need more than that.
You don't need more than that. And trick your brain and say, I'm gonna do 5 minutes. And then after this, we're gonna see. But what's gonna happen is you're not gonna be doing 5 minutes, obviously.
Yeah.
Because when you get started, you're already starting. It's like when you want to hit the gym. We're talking about all these topics because they are very important to give you real examples about life. You want to hit the gym, but you're too lazy in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you put your phone on the other room, and when your snooze button goes on, you're just gonna walk into the other room, and between the time you walk there, you're gonna wake up.
Yeah.
Second thing, why don't you get ready all your workout outfit? If you get ready your bag, your leggings, all the outfit, your shoes, and the only thing you have to do is to get dressed and go to the gym.
Yeah.
So you gotta make the habit of showing up simple and fun and easy.
See? To make yourself feel like, I don't need to start over, like find my clothes and do this and that. I already have everything ready.
Exactly.
So it's easier.
Exactly.
So it's more
achievable.
Yeah, more achievable.
Much more achievable. Exactly.
I think it's really important for the consistent. We talk about the consistent.
Yeah.
Keep showing up. That's the most hard part.
Keep showing up for yourself. So in love, it's the same thing.
Keep showing up for not for the guys. Yeah.
I mean, of course, you're gonna show up for the guy because he deserves respect as much as you do, and you have also to keep showing up for yourself in a relationship. And the way you're gonna show up for yourself is by doing the work on yourself. Is by understanding your emotions, working on your traumas. You know, I've heard this. I love this ritual, and I think when I'm gonna get married again, I'll do this ritual. Actually, there was this coach. She got married, and instead of exchanging vows, what they did was very interesting. They wrote down all the things they have to work on still, like all their traumas.
Okay.
And in their vows, what they exchanged eventually was their traumas. And they were like, this is what I have to work on. So, you know, when you do this, it's as if you're giving the heads up to the other person. And like you're telling them, look, honey, I know this is going to be challenging probably at some point because this is what I'm dealing with for now. And I'm willing to commit and do the work to show up for us, to show up for myself, and to show up for you.
That's super cool. I never saw people do the vows like that.
I did see that, and I was like pretty impressed.
That's pretty impressed.
I was like, I'm gonna do this. I would love for me and my husband, instead of just like doing the vows and promising each other to be there for
forever, like
for the best moment.
No meaningful sentence.
I mean, if I share, look, I'm still dealing with my dad's trauma, and sometimes this can be triggering for me, and
that we'll have better understanding.
Exactly. And the communication is going to be easier as well.
The communication is really important.
Communication is everything, actually.
Everything. People don't know how to communicate.
They don't, because they don't know themselves. They don't know how to convey a message. In order for you to convey a message correctly, you have to know what you're saying.
True.
And the majority of people are just throwing sentences in. Like, if a friend is pissed at you, about maybe you coming late
Yeah.
to your meeting, instead of being like, look, when you came into this meeting, I felt like disrespected because you didn't get it on time. And you see what I mean? Like, but friends are gonna be like, oh, why didn't you come on time? You always do this, blah blah blah, and they start making these assumptions. We make a lot of assumptions, and people feel bothered when we're making assumptions.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing in relationships. For me, I do believe that the best also advice I'd give about relationships in general is know how to convey a message without offending the other, because it's important to talk about how you feel, the I feel.
I see.
Not you.
Okay. Not just judging other man, according to what you feel.
Exactly. So when you're communicating, one of the best things you could do is to talk about how you feel and how that act made you feel.
I see. The action make me feel.
Exactly. Like, how would you, for example, let's say a guy canceled on you a date last minute. How are you gonna?
Angry?
Yeah. So what are you gonna write to him, the guy?
I will say,
honestly,
your action. Okay. I will say, honestly, I will just stop to talking to him. That's my ultimately reaction, is like, I feel angry, I feel disrespected.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know why, and then I'm not argue person, so I will not like yelling him, but I just shut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you have liked that somebody does the same thing to you if you have canceled a date on them last minute?
Of course, I feel guilty a little bit if I do that, but I'm trying to tell them, I'm sorry, it's really something.
Yeah, but if the guy tells you, I'm sorry, I will have to cancel last minute, but I would love to reschedule another one.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So in case, I'm just going to get back to this, the example that you just did. So you see, you said, I'm going to stop talking to them. I'm going to be angry. I feel disrespected. It's totally legitimate for you to feel disrespected. That is totally okay. But there is a way, actually, you could convey a message. Instead of just blaming the guy, maybe he had a real urgency and he had to cancel the date because something important came up. And it's much more important than just a date with a random person they didn't know yet, you know? So you could say something like, I would start this way. I have scheduled this time with you because I did want to meet you and get to know you as a person.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this is something you would do a lot, if this canceling last minute thing, because for me, my time is valuable, as is yours. So I would appreciate to date somebody who knows the value of being engaged or not being engaged, like, scheduling something and showing up for that thing.
Yeah. Okay. So instead of emotional angry, try to logic the way to communicate, ask the reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this you could do in any type of relationships in your life. You know, I had, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I had a speed coaching last week. It was in an association here in Paris.
Okay.
And there was a woman who came and she was like angry. I was like, why are you angry? She was like, because a friend of mine promised that he's going to give me a check for my association. So she has a, what is it in English? She has, oh my God, I don't have the word, like an organization, a charity.
Okay.
So, and he didn't actually, she went to his place, but the guy was sleeping and he didn't reply. She was texting him, calling him and stuff. And I said, okay, tell me, why are you angry? And she was like, I'm angry because I went to his place, he promised me this, but no. And I was like, okay, where does this come from? Where does this fear and frustration come from? And she was like, because my mom didn't protect me when I was a kid. I was like, okay, great, we're heading to the right direction. And then she said, then I tell her, do you think really your friend didn't have maybe a legitimate reason for not showing up when he was supposed to? She was like, probably, but still it hurts. But the moral of the story, and then she messaged me in the evening saying, hey, Alice, thank you so much for helping me out with the situation, because finally my friend came over and he gave me the check. And actually the reason why he didn't reply, he was sleeping because he got home very late and he didn't hear his phone ring and stuff. So the moral of the story is we tend to really go and give the advantage to our emotions before the reason, before the rational side.
I see.
But if you focus eventually on the rational side and let it take over by saying, look, I'm pretty sure this person had a legitimate reason, and I would love to have a chat and understand why.
So you were not that quickly judging and make decisions.
Assumptions.
Yeah, assumptions, and then willing to give other people more opportunity or chance.
Exactly, the benefit of the doubt. It's beautiful to give people the benefit of the doubt, because people can surprise you when you give them the benefit of the doubt. We live in a world where it's easy to put let's say, he's a narcissist. I hear a lot of my friends say, oh, I've dated a narcissist. I'm like, do you even know what a real narcissist is? And people tend to put labels very quickly.
Yes, definitely.
You see?
Yeah.
We were talking about this before when you said, I don't feel like I belong here in Paris. Right? Are you okay talking with it?
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
Yeah, sure. So before you were telling me, I don't feel at my place.
Yeah.
Because in Paris, this is the truth as well. It's not just an assumption. People make a lot of assumptions.
Yes,
a lot of judgments. And because you look Chinese, whereas you're originally Chinese, you lived in China, but you're American.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I'm American. But people are willing to challenge that thought that is coming out of your mouth.
Yes, they think I'm not qualified on typical Americans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because they have a set of assumptions in their minds.
Yes.
Oh, an American is supposed to talk this way. An American is supposed to
looks like them.
Look like this way. I'm like, no. People can have a different story.
Background.
And everybody has a different story. So why put labels? We put labels in everything. He's a jerk.
Yes.
He's a douchebag. He's a liar. He's a narcissist.
Yeah.
She is this. She is a bitch.
Yeah.
If she's wearing a very sexy outfit. I could also relate to this, to be honest. When I was younger and I was not emotionally mature enough, when I see a girl wearing some sort of very short stuff, I'll be like, oh my God. Who does she think she is? And now that I've done the work, I look at her and be like, shit, she's sexy.
Yeah.
And I love it. She's magnetic, She knows who she is. And it's powerful.
I definitely agree. People always judging without any even research or asking.
Exactly.
Know the person who they really are. They already put a label and they already have the bias in the mind. And they don't even want to remove that.
Exactly.
I feel it's not by, it's not because they don't know. It's they don't want to know.
They don't want to know.
Yeah.
People, unfortunately, humanity we're living in this world where we get everything that we want instantly.
Yeah.
The instant gratification always comes in. And people don't take the time to hear your story, to understand where you're from.
Yeah.
And what happened in your life. I could give you a very concrete example. I don't have problems talking about my private life. I recently dated a guy. We just dated. We're not together or something. But at some point, I decided, because I knew this relationship was not going anywhere, and I was really not in the mood of getting together with somebody at that point. But the guy had a lot of trauma. Okay. He was an avoidant, and he didn't know how to communicate his feelings. He didn't know how to tell me things. And I was actually kind of I taught him a lot about emotions and how to express himself. And actually, I do remember he did something I would qualify this as not honest, to be honest. But it's not honest to do this. So he kind of played between his ex and I. And what happened is we started being together just for a month.
Okay.
After having seen each other for 9 months. a little bit. Yeah, 9 months. We met in November last year.
Okay.
So basically what ended up happening with this guy is at some point his ex came back and she kind of told him she's in love with him still. She wants to give them a chance and stuff. And I did ask, and I was like, what happened with your ex? Tell me, like, what did she tell you and stuff? And he told me, like, she did say this and stuff, but I closed the door. And I asked him, what did you do? What did you say? He said, I did close the door. I didn't, like, want to go further with her. But I ended up discovering that this was a lie. And I met her and we talked and we had a chat. And I was not even, like, we were not enemies, you know? Because, like, I saw the frustration in both of them.
Okay.
I saw the frustration, like, they dated for 14 years.
Wow.
Which was huge. And I've already knew. It is complicated. And I already knew from, like, before that I'm not going to last with this guy.
Yeah.
You know? It was just good because, like, for me, I was not in the optic of being with nobody for that moment. Because I've been with people all my life, with guys all my life. And at some point, I just wanted to explore and have fun and enjoy my life. So, and instead of me being judgmental, I was angry, to be honest, at first, but angry with calm. I was angry with calm. I even took a step back, like before. I kind of ended things with him before knowing all that happened with his ex.
Okay.
But then when I discovered what he said and what he did, I was pretty upset because he was an honest person. Since I've known him, he was honest. And the only thing he did wrong was lie to her and lie to me. And it was funny enough because she labeled him as a liar. She labeled him as everything. I did tell him, you lied about this. And it's not honest. And you did hurt my feelings because I trusted you a lot, you know, because you're a dear friend now. You're not just like, you're not just a guy that I date.
Yeah.
And actually what I did is I took a step back and I reflected on the whole situation. I was like, he's just a lost guy who didn't have the tools. Instead of judging him, but I had to put a boundary between him and I for some time, quite a month. Like, I blocked him. I wanted to give him the heads up, but then then I had to block the energy, the flow of energy. I give a lot of value to energy and stuff, and I had just to put this in pause. But we did have a good talk before, and then I unblocked him, and I said, you know what, let's make peace, because, like, I took the time to reassess the situation and review the situation also from a human point of view, not just like the girl that you've dated. And I quite understood a lot of things. I understood that he's frustrated. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know how to handle his feelings. He has a lot of health issues. And, you know, just like trying to have empathy.
I see. When you understand more, you were like, not just forgive himself, you forgive yourself. Like, yes, you don't feel like hateful, resentful, those feelings. You kind of like, forgive the both.
No, but to be honest, I think I have a lot of anger in me still, even if, like, I've done a lot of work on myself. This is something I'm working on right now. My anger is mainly driven from my dad, because I have a lot of my dad kind of like missed out on a lot of things and kind of did things wrong on so many levels. And I had to take a lot of responsibility on me that I was not supposed to take as a kid, you know? I had to grow up very fast from the age of 7. I'm from Algeria. I'm Berber. And actually, I had a very, let's say, my life was not all rainbows. Growing up, by the age of 7, I had to grow up pretty fast. I had to become an adult and the parent of my parents really quickly, which was actually, I recorded a podcast about this. I didn't post it yet, but it's going to be posted probably next week. I recorded a podcast while showing vulnerability in front of my audience as well and being like, it's fine to tell your story. It's fine to be vulnerable. I don't know if you know Brené Brown.
Yes, that's my favorite.
She's author. Amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. She had the book just as vulnerability.
Exactly. So you have the right to be vulnerable while working on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. So eventually, coming from this background, I've had a lot of responsibilities. I remember one time my dad was about to kill me, like because I took a rope and I wanted to play rope with his rope.
Okay.
And he kind of put it, hanged it out around my neck, and he wanted really to kill me. So I do have a lot of anger against him, and also with my sisters, because he doesn't give a fuck about us, and he doesn't care what are we doing, who are we. He just needed to control everything.
Wow.
And I did have a lot of issues with control as well myself. I had to have control. I worked a lot on this, so now I'm like fine delegating, I'm fine working with people, I'm fine just like, you know, I'm okay actually, really, but I'm still doing the work on this. But all of this to say, where were we?
We are talking about the boyfriend, like you forgive him, is also forgive yourself. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that I built up this emotional maturity early on in life, but also I had really to create a very strong connection with myself to understand what's happening, why am I behaving this way.
Yeah.
So it also gives me a lot of perspective about what people are going through. And I did forgive him, this guy, because I had empathy for him. And it's powerful, like when you just take a step back and act from wisdom. Something I always dreamed of was to become like Louise Hay. She's so wise.
Yeah.
And I had quotes of her everywhere in my room when I was a student. And I was like, I want to be as Louise Hay and have a lot of wisdom when I talk.
Yeah.
Because I want people to listen to the unseen, to listen to the silence. So probably same in relationships and same in dating world.
Yeah.
Take a step back, ask yourself the right questions, enjoy the silence of the journey that you're going through. Sometimes also being comfortable with the void is so powerful. We're uncomfortable with silence now.
We are not. Yeah.
We're so uncomfortable. And for me, silence brings even much more truth. Like if you're dating a guy and at some point in the conversation, it's all empty and there is nothing to say. The energy speaks louder than words. So
I agree. If you feel like comfortable still when you guys silence, that's actually you have to feel
it's okay. It's okay. Give that silence the space to be.
Yeah.
Silence is beautiful.
I totally agree.
So are human beings, and giving a chance to people also to show you a different version of themselves is a beautiful thing to witness in life. But also don't hesitate to walk away from something that is not aligned with you.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to force it, honey. Honestly, I'm never forcing. I stopped forcing. But this also, like, a lot of people ask me, how can I get to this? To be honest, I got to this because I've grown emotionally. I've grown to be the version of myself that I wanted to be. And I did the uncomfortable work. So if you want to attract aligned relationships in your life,
you have to go through the journey of work yourself.
You have to go through the journey. You have to go through the uncomfort of dealing with your traumas, of understanding what is the shadow work that you have to do. What are your black zones, let's say, the shadow work it's called. Then put a system in place on how to go from, that person who is attracting the same type of guys or the same type of girls and energy, and then shift everything around you to match the energy that you're willing to have in your life.
Hire yourself, higher version of yourself.
Higher standards. Yeah. And obviously, this is my expertise. So if you guys want a coaching.
Wow. Yeah. Life coaching. You are doing the medium and the life coaching. I'm like, this girl is like cool.
Yeah, I'm medium actually. And I've never talked about this publicly before. Like it was this year because I've witnessed my mediumship so many times when I was doing events, I would just pop into ladies and I would give them medium readings, and they're like, how did you know? I'm like, I don't know, I just know. But I've knew since my childhood that I was different. That I had something, that I had some sort of gift that was helping me out in my relationships with people usually. And I would understand things that nobody would understand. I would see things not people would see normally. So this year I've decided to just say, I'm a medium life coach. And people who are not aligned are just not going to be aligned because we're not at the same frequency once again.
Yeah, I think your medium abilities definitely help your life coach, as you said before, right?
They do. Yeah, they do. So just to be clear, I'm not a love coach. I am a life coach.
Life coach.
Yeah. Life coach.
Yeah. So. I would think about. Yeah, I'm thinking about right. Words just said
but actually, in life coaching, this is like people come to me with a problem, and as a life coach, I have to come up with the solution, the program that's going to fit them according to where they are and what they are dealing with. And some people come to me because they want to find love. Some people come to me because they want to be more confident. Some people come to me because they want to communicate better and set goals and be productive and consistent. So depends on the goals, because a life coach is a life coach. It means we're not in a box. The reason why I am a life coach is because because I don't have the solution for people. I'm just gonna demystify a limiting belief about life coaching. A life coach doesn't have the solution for you. A life coach is going to ask you the right questions, give you the right tools. And there are some life coaches who would just ask you questions, would never give you tools. But for me, it is so important that my clients, by the end of their coaching program with me, they're going to be able to coach themselves.
Super cool.
And I've had this other client, Cathy. Her name is Cathy. And Cathy actually told me something that was pretty powerful.
Okay.
She came to me because she was struggling as well with relationships. And she said, I keep attracting the same unavailable man into my life. And we started the coaching and we went through her limiting beliefs, what she thinks. And when she did the review, she said, Alice, thank you, because now I can know when there is my monkey mind takes over. You know, the monkey mind is the mind that tells you, oh, you're not beautiful enough, you're not good enough, you're not, no. So she's able now to challenge her limiting beliefs by herself and say, oh, this is not true. This is just the way it is, and it has nothing to do with me. Because sometimes we tend to think and take things personally, but the truth is, they are not about you. They are just about what the person is going through.
Yeah. So I think your job is make people wake up, like awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awareness.
I raise awareness about your problem. Then I help you learn how to solve it.
Yeah.
And then I help you understand it as well. Then give you solutions. But the solutions are obviously coming from you. There are different methods that we use. We could use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. There is anchoring. There is the emotional intelligence. For me, they cannot be separated one from the other. And I do believe in energies, but at the same time, I love science. So a lot of things that I have talked about today are much more science-oriented than spiritual-oriented. But obviously, I do also my medium thing where I would understand exactly where the person is, and I would tell him exactly where his problems come from. And they're like, wow, how did you know that? I'm like, honestly, it's my gift.
It's just natural.
So it's a matter of, honestly, this is something I would tell everybody who's listening. This is an advice. Take it for life. The best investment you could do is yourself, because once you invest in yourself, everything else is perfect. Everything else just unfolds because you've done the work that is uncomfortable, that is scary, that is not okay. And this is the way you get to where you want in life. Do the work, and then everything becomes easier.
Perfect. Thank you so much for today's conversation. It's a lot of information here.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you.
And, you know where to find me.
Yes. have your Instagram, right? And then you have your website.
I do have my website. So a little bit about me. I'm a life coach. I'm a certified life coach. I'm also the founder of Posy Vibe Tribe.
Yeah.
So Posy Vibe Tribe is actually, this is where we met with Cathy.
Yeah, we met.
She came to one of our events. It's a multicultural community where we connect through lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and self-growth. And we're all about real connections and not just fake ones.
Yeah.
Because in Paris, honestly, something I've struggled with is finding my place.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm not finding my place. I'll create it.
Find your people in there.
So I created it.
Super cool.
And in my life coaching is, as we talked about it, whatever the person is going through, I have premium programs they can go through and become the best version of themselves. Thank you so much, Cathy, for having me.
Thank you, Alice.